Ms. Unger, I'm going to pick up on that line of questioning
Yes, sir.
Momentarily, but I appreciate you being here. I happen to be incredibly excited about the possibilities, not just for individual Americans, but for people worldwide as it relates to farm seafood and the continued growth of the U.S. aquaculture industry. As I understand it, we're number 14 in the world. My sense is the United States can do much better than that. You've indicated that, by your estimates, a mere doubling of U.S. aquaculture's industry would lead to 50,000 jobs, roughly. It would, of course, benefit our ag sector and many of our rural communities. It would give our soy farmers, in particular, another outlet for their crops. It would reduce our environmental footprint. And of course, you know, there are market forces at play here. To the extent you have seafood that grow at a more rapid rate in a controlled environment, that increases the supply, that decreases the price, that increases accessibility for a very healthy product to improve the health and wellness of our citizens and to feed the world. The United Nations indicates that global food production will have to double by the year 2050, at which time no new land will be available. So we, America, through the private sector in particular, can help lead the way in helping to address some of these challenges and seizing opportunities. In Indiana, we have a facility I visited not too long ago located in Delaware County, the town of Albany, where we had production which started of GE salmon at a now defunct or formerly defunct fish facility. This has saved taxpayer dollars. This has led to the creation of 160 jobs, and they're already in production. This type of salmon grows to market size in 16 to 18 months as compared to the traditional, few years. But they faced over 20 years of regulatory review before receiving approval in 2015. The last regulatory hurdle was removed earlier this year, and since then, great things have happened in Albany, which I mentioned. We have 160,000 healthy fish that are now swimming in very safe, controlled environments in landlocked tanks. Albany has become an innovative example about what I sense will continue to occur if we get the regulatory environment right around the country. They're helping with jobs and wages. They're helping with upward economic mobility. They're helping with health and wellness, all the stuff we talk about around here, environmental sustainability. Unfortunately, knowing that an approval could take 20 years constrains investment. And communities in Indiana and across the nation who are looking to get involved in aquaculture may not do so with that regulatory environment continuing the way it is. So I may ask you to recapitulate something you just discussed, but I think it's really important. Your reference of Pacifico Aquaculture, which is headquartered in San Diego, and you explained that they decided to take their business to Mexico due to our cumbersome, uncertain, and chaotic permitting process around aquaculture. In your opinion, how should the U.S. react to this regulatory uncertainty? I know the chairman has introduced his Aqua Act, which it sounds as though that will mitigate many of the concerns of the industry and would-be investors. Tell us about the benefits of that and anything else we might do to reduce regulatory uncertainty. And then secondarily, maybe you could explain what are the implications for inaction.
Okay, I'm going to try to answer all of that in one go here. I think first, one of the things that you make me think of is the importance and the need that Americans want of transparency and choice and options with respect to the seafood that they consume. And I think that by producing our seafood here, we provide the ability through the Aqua Act to have the ability to produce that seafood here and give Americans transparency, choice, options with respect to the aquaculture that they have, including the farm that you mentioned there. And so people can choose how they want to spend their dollars. I think that producing here is important because we are going to continue to consume aquaculture. We will continue to consume seafood. We'll consume as much wild catch as we can, but it cannot keep up with the global growth in the human population and the need for that healthy seafood. And if we don't produce here, we will simply continue to import. And I heard we are 16th, you mentioned 17th, you mentioned 14th. No matter what the number, we're not where we need to be, and we're not taking advantage of the resources that we have at our disposal.
Thank you. I look forward to working actively with the chairman and others who seem to be providing constructive solutions to address the permitting challenges. Thank you.